Good evening, viewers. October every year is referred to as the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and people all over the world show their support for people who are affected with breast cancer. It's a great privilege and honor to have the senior most practicing medical oncologist in our country, Professor Dr. A. Subramanian sir from VS Group of Hospitals, Excellence in Advanced Cancer Care. Professor Dr. A. Subramanian sir is a renowned medical oncologist of international acclaim, brings close to 6 decades of cancer fighting experience, voted one of the best medical oncologists in Tamil Nadu, as already said, is currently the senior most practicing medical oncologist in the country, with 500,000 consultation spread over last 60 years, is no mean achievement by one single individual. His trademark patience and compassion, combined with academic brilliance, made him the most popular oncologist, a wonderful clinician, and equally celebrated academician. Welcome to the live session, sir.
Good evening.
So I have got close to 30 commonly asked questions, sir. When it comes to breast cancer, the first and foremost question, why is breast cancer so alarming?
As you are all aware, breast cancer is the commonest cancer affecting women all over the world. Even in India, it's the commonest in urban women. It's alarming now because when I entered the field of cancer in 1971, out of 100 women developing cancer in Madras, about 18 developed cancer of the breast. Whereas in 2020, out of 100 women developing cancer, 45 are from breast cancer. So about 250% increase in about 50 years time. It's definitely alarming. It's like an epidemic. Okay. So that's one of the reasons why we are concerned about this breast cancer, and we are celebrating this month as Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
So what are the reasons and causes for breast cancer, sir?
Well, there are many reasons and causes for breast cancer. It's not an infection, just to say that this bacteria has caused this. This is a lifestyle disease. There are many factors. We call it risk factors that are responsible for higher incidence of breast cancer. Number one is number of children. Olden days, women used to have 7 or 8 children, and they breastfeed the children for 1.5 to 2 years. So overall, 20-25 years, they are busy with the family. And nowadays, women have only one child, and they give, if at all, 2 to 3 months of breastfeeding. So this is one of the main reasons. The breast developed due to female hormone, estrogen. It's continued estrogenic stimulation of the breast without interruption. It's one of the factors causing breast cancer. So if there is only one child and a few months of breastfeeding, the rest of 30 years, the breast is being stimulated by estrogen unopposed, and this causes the breast cancer. This is the first factor. Second factor is obesity, overweight. Now, as you know already, that estrogen is responsible for breast development and breast cancer formation. In overweight, the fat cells also secrete estrogen. So this increased secretion of estrogen stimulates the breast, causing higher incidence of breast cancer in overweight women. The third factor is some hormonal factors. For example, women developing menstrual periods before the age of 12. Women continue to have periods after 55. That is, for a long period of time, the breast is stimulated by estrogen, so they stand a higher chance of developing breast cancer. Another factor is if the first child is born after the age of 28, they stand a higher chance of developing breast cancer. Fourth factor is about 40% of women in their lifetime develop breast lumps, some type of breast lump. Majority are not cancers, but we cannot ignore breast lumps. You have to do needling and do a biopsy. If it shows atypical cells, then that is going to develop into a cancerous response. So benign breast lump is another factor. Other lifestyle factors like alcohol intake, smoking, diabetes, they also increase the incidence of breast cancer. These are some of the main factors, risk factors that causes higher incidence of breast cancer.
Thank you, doctor. That was very informative. So coming to the symptoms, what are the 3 important cardinal symptoms one should not avoid or ignore, doctor?
Breast lump is the commonest symptom. That's the most important one. And thickening or dimpling is another symptom that can represent cancer. Third important thing is retraction or indrawing of the nipple. That is also another symptom. Remember, pain is a late symptom. Breast lump is the commonest.
Okay. So how can one get the breast screening done, doctor?
In many hospitals, not only cancer hospitals, in any multi-specialty hospitals, we have facilities for screening of breast, what we call mammogram. Mammogram is the most sensitive, effective method of screening of breast cancer. So anyone can walk in, register themselves for a breast cancer screening, can be combined with clinical examination plus X-ray mammography. Can be complemented with ultrasound mammography also. So it's a simple procedure, mammogram. That's the best method of screening for breast cancer.
Okay. So is mammogram painful, doctor?
Normally, it's not painful. There may be some discomfort if you are going in for X-ray mammogram, because the 2 X-ray plates that compress the breast can cause some discomfort, but it is not painful. It is tolerable. Whereas ultrasound mammogram or a thermal mammogram, they are not at all painful. Easy, simple method of screening.
Okay. Does family history has a role to play in breast cancer? Is any woman with a strong family history is at higher risk or vulnerable to breast cancer, doctor?
Definitely, yes. About 10% of breast cancers are due to familial thing. About 5% of family members harbor a tumor suppressor gene, BRCA1 and BRCA2. If these tumor suppressor genes are mutated, then they stand a high chance of developing breast cancer, about 60 to 80% chance of developing breast cancer. They also stand to develop 40 to 50% chance of developing ovarian cancer. So this is a BRCA gene. There are also other genes which are mutated, can cause higher incidence of breast cancer. The important thing is it can be familial or it can be acquired also, this mutation. Nowadays, we can find out this mutation by simple blood test. It will tell us whether a woman is having a BRCA mutation or any other mutation which predisposes to breast cancer. Olden days, it used to be very costly. In America, it used to be $1,000. That is about 75,000 rupees. But in India, we can do this genetic testing, BRCA mutation test for 20,000 rupees. So it's an important method of diagnosing familial cancer.
So at what age it should be done, doctor, actually? Suppose if any of the family members have a strong cancer history, at what age one should go for the genetic screening?
It depends on the high risk of family. If there are 2 or more members in the same family are having breast cancer, it's better that this done at the age of 20 itself. So it's very important.
With or without symptoms?
Yes, because we are doing only a genetic screening. As we know, cancer is caused by mutation of the genes. So this mutation can be detected as early as 20 years. So usually breast cancer in a familial situation occurs at a younger age than in a normal population. In Madras or in India, the usual age group of breast cancer is anywhere from 40 to 60, whereas in familial cancer, it is definitely under 40.
Okay.
From 30 years onwards, they can develop breast cancer. So, the screening has to be started at the age of 20 and above.
Thank you, doctor. How does menstrual and reproductive history play a role in breast cancer, doctor?
Now, I have already mentioned that menstruation, if it starts very early, below 12 years, and if it continues after 55 years, that is a long period of reproductive period. If it is there, it means that the woman's breast is stimulated by uncontrolled estrogenic stimulation. So this results in breast cancer formation. So prolonged periods of reproduction. So normally it's only 30 years, whereas if it is more than 40 years, they stand a higher chance of developing breast cancer. Coming to reproduction, I have already mentioned that if a woman gives birth to a child, it's about 9 months. And then if she gives breastfeeding for about 1.5 to 2 years, 2 to 3 years, the breast is protected from estrogenic stimulation, because prolactin and progesterone are the main hormones during lactation and fertilization. So their breast is protected for that period of 2.5 years from the estrogen. If there is 7 or 8 children, then almost 25-30 years of their reproductive period is free from estrogenic stimulation, and they stand a very low chance of developing breast cancer. Whereas modern days, we see women having only 1 child, at the most 2. And even then, the breastfeeding is only for about a few months, because of various reasons, they don't continue to give breastfeeding for longer periods. So this definitely aggravates the higher incidence of breast cancer.